From the Modelo Studios in Lubbock, Texas, this is Campus Live.
Hey, what's up, Campus Live? I'm Trint Porter, bringing you another episode of Sports Roundup. After the world of sports was shut down last year, Texas Tech men's athletics has recently just finished up their first year of sports since. With 7 different programs in athletics on the men's side, there is a lot to go over. The year began arguably with the biggest sport on campus, in football. While Jones AT&T Stadium, normally being packed during the regular season, was put at stadium capacity, with an overall record of 4-6, just missing a bowl game. In the Big 12 Conference, the Red Raiders finished their season with a 3-6 record, placing 8th. While it may have been a down year, there's much optimism about returning players. 2 big names to keep an eye on next year are Sir Roderick Thompson, who plays running back, and Eric Uzokama, who plays receiver. Both played at a high level. Look for them to do the same in the upcoming season. On the other side of athletics, the Texas Tech men's cross-country team was set to compete in 4 meets, but due to eligibility reasons would only compete in 3. After fighting hard and getting better each week, the team would head into the Big 12 championships underperforming. The meet in Lawrence, Kansas had the Red Raiders ending up 6 out of the 9 teams in the standing. With the young team led by Cornelius Kiptertrek, the team is set to have a big upcoming year. The other big name sport on campus is Texas Tech men's basketball. After tremendous amounts of success in recent years, the Red Raiders would look to continue the winning tradition. After a successful preseason and a single loss to a very good Houston team, the Red Raiders would head into the Big 12 Conference 7-1 and ranked nationally. After fighting through arguably the hardest basketball conference in the country, the team would end up 6th place in the Big 12 with a 9-6 record. After finishing the regular season, the team would have a short Big 12 tournament run, who would be beat out by Texas, who was hungry. After being swept in the regular season, Texas would go on to actually win the tournament. As the season began to come to an end, emerged the most important part, heading into March Madness. The Red Raiders would look to make another deep run. After beating out the Utah State Aggies in the first round 65-53, the team would then face a talented Arkansas team. After competing in a tight game, the Red Raiders would eventually fall 68-66 to end their season. But even after the season ended, there would be big news around the program. With head coach Chris Beard departing, leaving to his alma mater, Texas, the program for a short amount of time would be left trying to recover. As a result, big names such as Matt McClung and Terrence Shannon Jr. would enter the draft, and several other key players would enter the transfer portal. With that, the university would name assistant coach Mark Adams as a head coach, and the program would begin to reload. The track and field season began indoors. With the season being shortened, the team would compete hard throughout the season. After it was all said and done, the men's team would place 2nd in the Big 12 behind Texas. The win was assisted by 19 Red Raiders adding points on the board. The team would then head into the NCAA Indoor Championships, where after facing some tough competitions, the team would place 35th with a single point. The Red Raiders would then head into the outdoor season after a successful indoor season. With several more meets, the young team would get plenty of experience. Fast forwarding to the Big 12 Men's Championships, the team would then finish 5th place with 85 points. With the sprinting team competing at the highest level, the men's 4x100 and several individual runners would advance. Then at the NCAA West preliminary meet, the sprint team would again advance and record the school's 10th fastest time in history. With big names such as Jalen Seals and Courtney Lindsay ending on a high note, the team will be back and better than ever next season. Transitioning from track and field, Texas Tech tennis would have a fair season as well. After a long regular season, the Red Raiders would find themselves in the Big 12 championship, being ranked number 21 in the nation. The team would fall in a close match to number 22 Oklahoma State, 3-4. With their season on the line, the team would then head into the NCAA tournament. They first would face Virginia Tech. The team would topple the number 29 Hokies 4-2 to advance. Then after advancing, the Red Raiders would meet the Georgia Bulldogs and be swept 0-4. After making a run, the Red Raiders season would end and they would begin to prepare for next year. Heading into golf, the team would have one of their better seasons in recent years. The team would play 10 tournaments before the Big 12 Championship and would have several top 5 and top 3 finishes. In the Big 12 Men's Championship, the team would advance by placing 5th out of the 10 teams competing. In the NCAA Albuquerque Regional, the team would have their best tournament of the season. Winning the tournament with a gold medal, they would have the charge led by Ludwig Aberg, who would finish 4th individually. Then after, the team would head to the NCAA Championship, where they would place 10th, facing some of the best competition in the country. This would be the end of the line for the team, as they would have a very successful season and start looking towards next year. The last men's sport is baseball. It's one of the best programs in the country. The team would have a season plagued by injuries, but that would not stop them from playing and having a successful season at the highest level. The team ended their season with a 39-17 overall record and 14-10 in the Big 12 Conference. After starting their season 0-3, the team would then bounce back to have an absolutely dominant preseason. In the regular season, while only going 14-10, this would not be the tale of the story. After beating out the Big 12 winners in Texas and TCU, the team would then drop series to both Kansas State and Baylor, which would cost them the Big 12 regular season title. Then in the Phillips 66 Big 12 tournament, the team would beat Baylor and then lose the next 2 games in the double elimination tournament. From there, they would host the regional tournament with Army, UNC, and UCLA, and would beat all 3 to outright win. Then in the Super Regionals, the Red Raiders would face a red-hot Stanford team and would fall 0-2 to end their season. On the other side of things though, expect a long future success with the department, hiring head coach Tim Tadlock to a lifetime contract. That'll wrap up another episode of Sports Roundup, this time being a year in review for Texas Tech men's athletics. Make sure to check out the written portion that goes further into detail about the athletic department at www.campuslivettu.com. But until next time, I'm Trint Porter for Campus Live. Wreck 'em.